Welcome back, everybody, to The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD.
It has been quite a while.
Yeah, it has.
Alright. So one thing you'll notice if you look at the Tower of the God, like really look at the Tower of the Gods, is even on the GameCube version, it's traditionally lit. It's not using the cell shading that Link and all other characters use.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a very notable thing because it means the game is running two lighting engines. It was running it on a console that does not support lighting through the hardware. I always thought that was kind of a neat aspect of the original incarnation of the Wind Waker. God damn, this room looks awesome in HD. HD-ish.
HD-ish. Because remember, I'm cheap.
Yeah. Can't wait to get here on my own copy of the game that I bought.
Yes, in between the last part and this one, Prometheus picked up a Wii U.
The Zelda Special Edition it was one of the it was like the second to last one they had, and I spent like a ton of money on games.
And you haven't played them yet.
I've played a few. I'm most of the way through Earthbound and like 3/4 of the way through Wonderful 101.
So Tower of the Gods.
I think thematically, Tower of the Gods is very awesome. And it's clear it's one of those dungeons that they had planned to be a bit longer due to the fact that you're climbing this big ass tower. But I think out of all the ones where it's obvious that they cut stuff, it doesn't feel unfinished. Like the volcano and ice islands feel unfinished.
Which we will get there relatively soon.
Yeah, after
I forget which part exactly, but it's coming up.
Yeah. It's only been like 6 months since you recorded these.
Probably.
I'm not very good at getting. And I also like the aspect of this dungeon in that they kind of included the boat a bit.
It's a dungeon where the King of Red Lions actually gets some use.
Yeah. Just not waiting outside.
Just, where is that guy? You should have been done with this place like 30 minutes ago or something.
I like how you're able to open that door despite there still being water on the ground.
Speedrun tactics.
Yeah.
This is totally a world record run right here.
God, have you seen speedruns of this game? They're ridiculous.
Have you seen speedruns of this version of the game?
Are they more ridiculous than the GameCube? I have not seen.
Not really, but
okay.
I think I mentioned a little earlier in the playthrough that both versions, speedrun-wise, run about the same amount of time, about 4.5 hours.
Which is interesting because the Wii U hardware feels like it loads a bit better. I don't know if
that's
just...
not the only difference.
Yeah. Although I don't know if that's psychosomatic or what. It's just a new console. Oh! Ha! They got stunned. That's funny.
'Cause why not? And here's a pause screen I left in, because editing is bad.
Editing? No one edits anything anymore. That's not conducive to being a good video LP'er.
I have to scream all the goddamn time.
Just get a face cam.
Yeah.
Just get a face cam for this post commentary. So it's just us sitting in our respective abodes, staring at a screen of a video game you played months prior.
So because it's been like 6 months since I recorded this, I literally have zero idea what order I do shit in. And long story short, I probably should have reviewed the 2 videos prior to doing this, but I was just like, fuck it.
It's already 10 o'clock.
But that shit.
I think when you first played this one, you were having an issue in this dungeon.
It was this dungeon, and the issue will come up when we get to it.
And I tried to walk you through it without any guide on my own, without knowing where you were. Just based on what you told
it was
me.
A fucking disaster. Just like me crashing into that box, I did not mean for that to happen.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yes, those things are destructible. Pro tip, don't destroy them. If you do, just reset the fucking room.
Pro tip, this is the one time in all of video games where you don't want to break the boxes. This is a very Golden Sun-esque puzzle.
Yes, you don't want to break the boxes. So, everything Crash Bandicoot has taught you, forget it.
I don't think I've ever played a Crash Bandicoot game.
Alright, so the puzzle here is we need to get across this thing and light the 2 torches on the other side.
It's a torch puzzle, but this one's actually a bit more complicated than they normally are.
It's a torch puzzle that you can actually mess up. So, wow, such complex. Very jump.
Very jump. Much flame. Oh, God. I love it. Oh.
You know, Prometheus has mentioned to me he hates reading the whole Doge captions.
Yeah,
he likes.
But if they're like,
he likes saying them though.
Yeah. If they're spoken out, they're instantly hilarious. It doesn't matter what. I've started doing them at work, and only like 2 of my coworkers get it, but we're all laughing, and then everyone else looks at us like, "What the hell's going on with these guys?" I have a tendency
away from them.
Yeah, I definitely have a tendency to bring out the nerd in my coworkers.
I guess.
Oh right, so the cannon is not tied to using the bombs while in the boat.
Correct.
Because in the original, you just used a bomb in the boat, and it became a cannon, and it's like, oh, hey, it's a cannon.
But here we have a whole separate situation for that. And also, as previously mentioned in the playthrough, a fucking targeting reticule.
Aw, yeah!
So, if you're gonna add a targeting reticule for the fucking cannon, why can't you add a targeting reticule when you're using bombs normally?
Because it's not part of the original game, and fans would freak out if something were different. Fans only want different if it's entirely different. They don't want it just kind of different. They don't want just different. They don't want the same but improved. It's either entirely the same or entirely different.
And that's how Skyward Sword became such garbage.
Yeah, that's how gaming's becoming such garbage.
So here's a more simplified torch puzzle where you can actually, if you mess it up, you should probably stop playing video games.
just set the controller down. You're done.
Just like you're done.
You need to go home.
You probably should retire. But I'm like 13 years old. You gotta retire.
You gotta retire. What am I gonna do for the rest of my life? Pick up tabletop games.
Play golf. Become a professional golfer.
Play the golf role-playing game.
Okay, I think I know the answer to this, but do you know of any golf tabletop RPGs?
I do not. I don't think that has been a thought to occur to anyone prior to tonight.
Because
it's
always
stupid.
a first time for everything.
Alright, let me see. Okay, I got a critical swing for 30 hexes. Just gonna move the ball marker over there. Alright, Tim, it's your turn.
It's a D20 system.
It's a D20s. No, it's a D100 system.
Oh shit.
Which is still not the worst thing
No.
that's been released.
I think I own a couple of 100-sided dice.
Yeah. It's definitely not a fucking D1000 system.
That shit's like impossible to tell what you're actually rolling.
And only like one person's gonna get what I'm talking about, like, and they'll be like, dude, why would you bring that up? That's awful. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, D100 is bad enough.
Yeah. Hey! I love how he kind of sways slightly as you
like,
turn.
oh shit!
Well, it's this super heavy rock pillar that he's holding above his head.
And now that we've put those
First.
pillars into place, the next portion of the dungeon becomes available to us.
Progress! In my Zelda games...
You never progress in Zelda games. I don't know what you're talking about.
Zelda games are basically like Dark Souls.
Zelda games are basically Dark Souls.
You know what? I would play a Dark Souls styled Zelda game. I'm not gonna lie. That's like I'm playing Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls Zelda seems like it would be pretty fun.
Aww, I missed the cycle. Makes me a sad person. Because now I gotta wait for fucking ever.
The old character standby of rotating the character around while waiting. And now
So
we
it is here.
This was the room you got stuck in?
This was it.
No. I thought you got stuck way later.
Nope, it was right here.
I do like the design of these BMOs in this game.
It's super weird, though. Come on, just place the statue on the thing. God damn it.
Hey, this ain't like Ocarina of Time where it instantly tracks into place. This ain't like Sonic Adventure where it floats 20 feet to track into place.
The key is floating. Holy shit.
Ah, lasers. Laser!
I cut
Caution.
too much to the inside.
Rat!
Yes. Rats in
Look.
this area.
It's a little known fact, rats steal money. And they...
Seriously? This is bullshit!
Ah, yes, now a floating elevator section, because those are fun.
This is bullshit of the highest caliber.
I still don't know anything about pro wrestling. I know a lot about... I know quite a bit about real wrestling, though.
Well, that's just kind of a product of growing up in Iowa.
Yeah. It is.
You give way more of a shit about actual wrestling than professional wrestling.
Ah, now for the goat statues.
Yes.
I think this was a very interesting concept to employ in this game.
Fuck you, Chew.
Yeah.
Fall down the hole.
Oh man, how are you ever gonna make it past that gauntlet? Oh.
Like that. To answer your question very carefully.
Yeah. Hey, it's time to play Follow the Leader.
And in this case, Link here is the leader.
And this marks the first time where Link has actually had dialogue in a game.
Come on!
Hey! That wasn't very good. And I know there's going to be one person...
Link having actual lines, this is bullshit!
Yeah, it ruins the franchise forever. Mm-hmm. So some people are going to be like, hey, why can't you just carry the statue across? And it's like, well, it's because that one platform's in the way.
It's too low for you to carry all the way around there.
Hard light platforms. If Portal taught me anything, it's that they can get in the way. Well, Portal 2.
Portal 2, yeah.
Man, remember when I sat down and played through that entire game and you watched me through my webcam?
Mm-hmm. I remember those days. Or that day, because it wasn't a single day.
I got it after class and it was like, hey, you want to watch me play?
Yeah,
like, sure.
You had a bus ride from hell.
Yeah, I hate riding the bus. American buses suck. We need to improve. I think restricting cars, because driving on roads sucks. I hate driving. I think doing that would greatly improve the necessity of better American bus systems, which would mean less cars on the road, which would mean less pain in the ass for me.
Oh, hey, look, we're learning a new Wind Waker song.
You know what? This is my favorite Wind Waker song. I don't know why.
Maybe because it's so goddamn simple.
Yeah, that's it.
And therefore, simple-minded folk like yourself can actually grasp it.
Firmly grasp it! Goat statues. I don't quite know the significance of the goat statues. I don't know what they're referencing, because a lot of stuff in this game references other stuff.
Because Nintendo was up in its own ass about referencing shit in these games.
That's true.
This is the room I was in. Fuck.
It's easy to do that. Goats.
How do I control the video game?
Bubbles.
I ain't got no time for you, Bubbles. In fact, whack. That does nothing, by the way.
Yeah. I like this angled,
It's weird, but it works.
Yeah. Ow, fire! Thankfully our shield isn't wooden, so it won't burn.
Because there's not any of that kind of bullshits.
I don't think the Hylian shield exists in this game. I think there's just the two of them. We'll
this one and another one.
Yeah.
Which we aren't gonna name, but it's fairly obvious. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So one thing that's very notable about Wind Waker and Twilight Princess is that they were built on the same engine, so they kind of use very similar concepts, like this idea of controlling a dude.
In this case, the goat statue.
Yeah. Hop, 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 hop.
Just all the hops.
And
that light bridge only appears when you stand on that switch, if that wasn't obvious enough.
Well, you know, standard Zelda puzzle. Right, I forget. Stick around, I forgot you can control it with the gamepad. I turned that off.
I actually prefer the gyroscope controls. Works quite well. There we go. I just kind of got to turn here.
God, I love how good this music is. Now, for those of you who haven't caught on yet, the Tower of the Gods is supposed to be kind of a pastiche to the Temple of Time.
But enough about that. We got a mini boss.
Oh man, the Dark Nuts are probably the best enemy in this game.
Your best course of action here is to wait to parry.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Pretty much. And then, like, as you take off their armor, they become a lot more agile. And it's like, oh man. Oh yeah, Knight's Crest.
Yep.
The best part.
Once the armor comes off, you just stun lock them with your boomerang, basically.
Yeah.
And if you do it better than me, you won't take as much fucking damage.
Or, you can also I think you can also parry them when they're out of armor too.
Yes.
One of my favorite aspects of the Dark Nuts in this game is if you get it to where they lose their sword, they just fucking karate your ass. It's awesome.
Or they could just pick their sword back up.
Yeah. Yeah, enemies will try and pick up their weapons. Unless you have it, and then they'll be like,
It's like, well, shit. Karate chops. Or
Yeah.
karate kicks, or whatever. But with enough patience, you will defeat Dark Nuts fairly easily.
Yeah. Dark Nuts in the GameCube Zelda games were pretty good. I enjoyed fighting them in this and Twilight Princess. Look at that
So you
sword.
can pick this up.
Hey, look at me! I'm Monster Hunter. Nothing.
Just take down all these pillars.
Oh come on, that was funny.
No, it wasn't. It was very bad, and you should feel bad.
But it's on the Wii U.
Too bad. And for defeating the Dark Nut, we get the bow!
Ah, the bow. This opens up so much.
That it does.
I really do like how the bow is like the coolest weapon in every Zelda
How
game.
the bow is the bow!
Yeah, the bow's the bow, guys! Have you not heard about how cool, how sick hype the bow is?
It's not lame like the cross Tekken.
It's...
And if you're skilled, you could just take out the freaking bubbles with the bow.
If you're skilled, you just never fight anything ever again.
Unless they're like, bows, what the fuck.
Yeah.
Which,
Man.
that does happen.
The grappling hook was such a neat idea for this game. I'm glad it was him. Oh yeah, now we have the what are they? Not Stalfos. Shit, I can never remember the statue names.
Armos?
Armos. But then there's the big ones. I like the concept of you doing a dungeon and the enemies are statues. I don't know why.
Just because.
Yeah.
So that opens the way there. And next time, we will do the second half of the dungeon.
Yeah.